The edge between contender and champion in the NBA. The difference between being a contender and winning a championship is razor thin.
Hartenstein that time climbs the ladder and he puts it down hard.
With his big-time rebounding, toughness, and physicality, iHeart controlled the paint for us.
Towns blocked by Hartenstein.
Sometimes it's not a whole rebuild, not a miracle draft, not a perfect season. It's one trade away. The right addition at the right time can take a talented team that falls short every year and turn them into legitimate title favorites. And right now, one team in the league is sitting on that edge. They already have talent, chemistry, and youth. They just need the missing piece, a superstar, a complementary star, or the perfect role player to finally make the leap. In this video, we're breaking down the NBA team that is just one trade away from hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy, exploring why they're so close, what they need, and how a single move could change their destiny forever. A team built for success, the team we're talking about, has already done almost everything right.
Continue to improve and get better.
And the lob for Wemby broken up by Holmgren.
He said he really went hard this offseason preparing for his second year in the league, working out 5 days a week.
And then he challenges Sohan and gets the rejection. The Thunder prevail.
The start that we got off to, Chet was a huge part of that. I mean, it was crazy because at the beginning of the season, I think Isaiah Hartenstein was out with an injury, and then Jalen Williams also was out with a hamstring injury. And so Chet was like our only big.
Oh, a big-time set down by Chet Holmgren. Oh!
You look confident and aggressive, especially on the offensive end. How would you say you're playing to start this season?
I'm just coming out here trying to make winning plays, and, shout out to my teammates and coaches for putting me in a position to go out there and be aggressive.
Their roster is a balance of elite young talent, experienced veterans, and a proven core that knows how to win. They're not rebuilding, they're refining. Key elements they already have: a superstar or franchise player, someone who can carry the team offensively, demand attention from defenses, and perform in the clutch. This player is the anchor around which the rest of the team operates. A strong supporting cast. The surrounding players are versatile, talented, and experienced enough to step up when needed. They can score, defend multiple positions, and play within the system. Coaching and system. The team has a coaching staff that maximizes talent, adapts strategy, and prepares for playoff intensity. The system works, they don't need to overhaul it. This is not a team trying to reinvent itself. They've already built a foundation capable of competing in the postseason. What they lack is the X factor that turns a contender into a champion. Identifying the missing piece, what does it take to go from playoff team to champion? History shows us a pattern. The superstar edition. Many championship runs start with a trade or signing that brings in a top-tier player to complement the existing roster. Think Jimmy Butler joining the Miami Heat in 2019, or Kevin Durant moving to Golden State in 2016. A two-way player or defensive anchor. Some teams already have scoring, but they lack a lockdown defender or a rim protector who can change the series on the defensive end. A clutch contributor, it doesn't have to be a superstar. Sometimes it's a player who can hit big shots, manage late-game situations, and provide stability when the pressure rises. The key is fit. Adding the wrong player can disrupt chemistry, while the perfect addition amplifies strengths and hides weaknesses. League-wide examples, the NBA has a long history of teams being completely transformed by a single trade or acquisition. Sometimes it doesn't take a full rebuild or years of drafting, just the right move at the right time. Take the Miami Heat in 2010-2011.
LeBron, what's your decision?
The 2011 Miami Heat were the most hated team in NBA history. LeBron, Wade, and Bosh went viral with every lob dunk and changed free agency forever. But even after the Heat won 2 championships, some people still think LeBron's era with Miami was unsuccessful and that they could have done more. Could that really be true?
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
They were a strong team already, but bringing in LeBron James, followed by Chris Bosh, instantly changed everything. Suddenly, they weren't just contenders. They became a dynasty, reaching the NBA Finals consistently and competing at the highest level. Then there's the Golden State Warriors in 2016. The drafting and acquisition of Klay Thompson perfectly complemented Stephen Curry's style. The result? One of the most dominant and unstoppable teams in NBA history, revolutionizing perimeter shooting and spacing. And let's not forget the Toronto Raptors in 2019. Acquiring Kawhi Leonard for just a single season turned an already solid team into champions.
When's the last time we've seen a season similar to Kawhi Leonard's in 2019? I'll answer that for you. Never. Kawhi spent 1 year as a Toronto Raptor and accomplished more than most players do in their entire careers. He delivered one of the all-time great playoff runs, had moments that will forever be etched in NBA history, brought a title to a team that seemed destined to never win one, and cemented his legacy as one of the game's all-time greats. He did all of that in 1 year. 2019 Kawhi was a singularity, a one-of-a-kind season that words can't even describe. You had to see it to believe it.
A 3-and-D role player. Sometimes it's not about acquiring a superstar, but adding a player who can stretch the floor and guard the perimeter, giving the star players more room to operate. The ideal acquisition will fit seamlessly into the system, elevate the team's strengths, and address a glaring weakness. RISKS and rewards. No trade comes without risk. Bringing in a new player, especially a star, can disrupt team chemistry, create overlaps in roles, or even cause tension in the locker room. Integrating someone into an established system requires careful planning, and a misstep can have consequences that last well beyond a single season. Despite these risks, the potential rewards are enormous. The right addition can transform a team from a perennial contender into a legitimate championship favorite almost overnight. A well-timed trade can provide the missing piece that turns a good team into a great team, capable of competing at the highest level in the playoffs. Winning a championship in the short term is the most obvious benefit. Beyond the trophy, a successful trade can help establish a winning culture that extends for years. When a team experiences playoff success, it sets expectations, builds confidence, and attracts additional talent in the future. The momentum created by the right acquisition can define a franchise for a generation. Additionally, securing a key piece can solidify a team as a top contender for multiple seasons. Rather than chasing success year after year, the team can focus on maximizing its window, making strategic moves, and maintaining a roster capable of sustained dominance. History is filled with examples. Teams that seized the right opportunity often vaulted from playoff participants to champions, while those that hesitated or missed their chance endured seasons of frustration and disappointment. In the NBA, timing is everything, and bold moves often separate champions from also-rans. In short, the risk of disrupting chemistry is real, but the reward, a championship, a culture of winning, and long-term dominance, is far greater. For a team on the cusp, taking the calculated risk could define their legacy. Timing is everything in the NBA. Timing can be just as important as talent. The right trade at the right moment can transform a team from a strong contender into a championship-caliber squad. Conversely, waiting too long or hesitating can mean missing a window of opportunity that may never come back. The first factor is whether the roster is peaking. Teams have a limited period where their core players, young stars and experienced veterans, are performing at their highest level simultaneously. Making a strategic move during this peak can maximize the team's chances of success, while waiting too long risks losing momentum as players age or decline. Next, contract flexibility and cap space play a critical role. Even the most talented teams can struggle if they don't have the financial freedom to acquire a key player. A trade or signing must fit within the team's salary structure to avoid jeopardizing future seasons. Properly aligned contracts give the front office the freedom to act decisively when the opportunity arises. Finally, a team must consider whether its stars are healthy and motivated. Injuries, fatigue, or disengagement can derail even the most promising season. A well-timed addition can provide the spark necessary to push players to peak performance, while delaying a move may result in missed playoff opportunities. For a team on the cusp of greatness, acting decisively is essential. The NBA is a league of narrow windows and fleeting opportunities. Hesitation can cost a team its championship window, leaving years of near misses and what could have been moments. Ultimately, success is about recognizing the perfect moment and having the courage to act. When the timing aligns with talent, flexibility, and motivation, a single trade can turn a contender into a champion and change the trajectory of a franchise forever. The final piece: this team is not rebuilding. They're not trying to figure things out. They're a trade away from greatness. They have talent, system, and culture. All that's missing is the right addition, the X factor, the player who can tip the scales in their favor. The NBA has shown time and again that one smart move can change everything. This team is positioned perfectly to take that step. If they make the right trade, they won't just be contenders, they'll be champions. Opponents watch out. The NBA's next champion could be one trade away.